Hey gamers, Gecko here. Don't worry, this isn't going to be a depressing slop video in which I beg you to give me your money at the end of the month. This is going to be me looking at the month as a whole and dissecting where I think I went wrong with Subtember. I said at the start of the year that I wanted to fail, and if I'm to be entirely honest, I felt like I failed this entire event. So, I'm going to try and dissect why I did, what went wrong, what causes were out of my control, and what causes I could probably definitely fix. So how about I fill you in on where we are in the state of Twitch and the channel. If you don't know, in September, Twitch does an event called Subtember. During Subtember, the price of a sub is lowered, so you can subscribe to more channels and give streamers more money. It's generally a nice way to support the creators that primarily boost the platform and gives a little bit back to communities that you might love. I try to do a lot of things in September every year because I like it. It's like a big event for the entire Twitch community. I plan out a bunch of silly streams, and if we meet the goals, we do the streams. Back in years gone by, we've had a bunch of silly ones. We've had me dress up in a maid outfit, me dress up as a cat boy, me play horror games that I definitely wasn't prepared to play. Lots of silly things like that, and they've all been a lot of fun. However, this year, it didn't necessarily go as planned. Out of the 500 subs I wanted to get for the final goal of September, we didn't even crack 150. A lot of the things that I wanted to get done this month simply weren't met, and I was wondering why. Very easy in this situation to be a dickhead about these kind of things. Ooh, people just aren't subbing enough. Oh, people are just being mean. But I think there's more underlying factors on what's going on as to why these goals weren't met. So, let's look at it, shall we? Let's try and dissect what's going on. To begin with, Twitch actually changed the rules of what counts in September. This year, instead of being 50% off, subs are only 30% off. And instead of allowing for a discount on gifted subs, it's only individual subs that are cheaper. If you gift subs, the streamer does end up getting more, because Valorant, of all people, gives extra subs. But that doesn't mean the price of subs are less. The price of gifted subs now is the same as the price of gifted subs last month. There's no discount going on. This is a massive hit to streamers like myself who have smaller core audiences. If you're a bigger streamer with thousands of viewers, this is probably a little bit of a benefit because it gives more people the chance to sub. Granted, you still probably want those gifted subs, but still, you're less likely to feel the impact of it. Me, someone who averages around 100 to 70 viewers on my main game, and half of that if I'm doing a different game, we get hit pretty hard because of this change. On top of that, though, it was just a busy month in the FGC. Marvel Tokon obviously had its beta at the start of the month. Then, right after that, 2XKO had its soft launch in the closed beta. There was a lot of things happening in the fighting game community, and a lot of eyes were darting all over the place. If I wanted to keep up, I had to keep on top of the things that were happening in the month. I wasn't able to sit idly by and hope that the subs came. Because of that, my content kind of became less personal over the course of the month. A lot of it was just me playing 2XKO in ranked, because that's the thing that I needed to do. The problem with that is everyone else is doing it. What makes me playing ranked any different from someone like Diaphone playing ranked? Not a lot. Because of that, with so many eyes on 2XKO, I think a lot of people just chose to watch different streamers who were playing the game. And because 2XKO was the big thing, not as many eyes were on Guilty Gear. Normally, I'm pretty high up in the Guilty Gear category. If a big streamer isn't playing the game, or if a tournament isn't happening, I'm generally around first or second in the viewership. And it still kind of was, but we were going from 100 viewers to about 60. Less people watching Guilty Gear, because why would they? Because of that, everything's kind of just been down. It's been harder to get people's eyes on me for doing stuff, and that's fair. I can't even blame them, honestly. It's not like I've been doing things to make myself more visible than everyone else. I've just kind of been doing what I always do. I failed to ride the wave, but unfortunately, I ended up falling off my board and nearly drowning. Don't worry, I will be fine though. On top of that though, I don't know if 2XKO is my future game. I've said this a lot on streams, but I have no idea if I want to compete in that game more. If I do, then hell yeah, dude, why not? But playing it online and in online brackets just really isn't for me. I think finding this out now and taking a more casual approach to the game is going to help me in the long run, at least mental-wise. But still, that's all the unlucky stuff that happened. And I've had a lot of unlucky things that have happened to me in the past couple of months. I've found ways to bounce back from them and still thrive. If you don't remember, when Lucy came out, I was on a completely different PC with a completely different operating system because Windows decided to completely destroy my NVMe drive. Thank you, AI-made code, you piece of shit. But still, even with the bad luck, we performed pretty bad this year. So why? Well, not to make it sound depressing, but I do think this is a failure on my part. Let's be real, I didn't really promote the event that much. On the main channel, even if the video didn't do very well, I barely bring up Subtember in the video, meaning that anyone who did watch that video probably didn't see the event because they logged off before I'd mentioned it. I barely brought it up on this channel because I was so busy working on the 2XKO stuff all of the time. Because I failed to promote these things, I think just less people knew about them. Granted, other people were trying to help. Anytime I was live, my mod, Cherry, would post the Subtember screenshot every single time I went live, and I really appreciate her for that. But she's not the main point of communication. I am. And I failed to let people know. So that's on me. But aside from that, I think the goals were just less appealing this year. A lot of the goals I made sound really good when I say them out loud. Let's do a bunch of fighting game spin-offs really quickly, because every time we've done that before, it's been really fun. Let's play a horror game. It's getting close to spooky month, so that would be absolutely sick. Let's take some of the things that chat have been asking me to do and actually play them. All of these sound like really good bits of content. And that's kind of the problem. Yes, they're good bits of content, but I'm not really putting myself out by doing these. The horror game one is debatable, but just doing the spin-offs and trying things that my chats ask me to play don't feel like things that should be locked behind a paywall. Over the course of the month, I've basically done the same content on the Twitch over and over and over again. And if you ask me, I think it's getting kind of bland. I don't think having good stream ideas and then locking them behind people paying me to do them is a good business model. I think if I do good streams and make fun content, more people will want to watch. It sounds so simple when I say it like this, but at the start of the month, I thought putting these here was a good idea, and no, it wasn't. I think the reason that the previous years were so popular was because I was really putting myself out there with some of the rewards. I dressed up in a fucking maid outfit one year. I hated that. It was terrible. But I did it, and people wanted to see it. So that's all that matters. From now on, I'm going to try approaching streaming differently. I'm going to think of fun, interesting streams that involve the community in some way and do them. Then, hopefully, that will bring more people to the stream. That's going to be the philosophy going forward. I'm going to start it right now. Granted, Subtember isn't over. If you would still like to support me, I would really appreciate any subs that you could give. But one of these rewards has been haunting me for the entire month. I've decided that we should pull the trigger on it because it's going to be really funny. Over the course of the past several months, there have been 2 video games that people have asked me to play over and over and over and over again. I literally cannot get through a single stream without both of these games being mentioned by someone in my community. I went back through the VODs. I checked. They are brought up every stream. So here's what we're gonna do. Right now, at this exact time, I am live. We're gonna be watching, reacting, and breaking down the Teemo trailer and talking with chat for a little bit. Then an hour after this video comes out, I am going to present these 2 games to you, and I'm going to give you a date on when you can vote for which game I will play. If you are a regular to the stream, I highly encourage you to come over because it is going to be very funny. If you can't make it, don't worry. Tomorrow I will have a condensed down version of the video up on this channel for you to see alongside the date and time of the voting stream. It's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I think a lot of you guys are going to be looking forward to it too. I'll see you all on the Twitch right now. Bye-bye.